moved to the village of Nipton, which is on the Belvoir estate, underneath Belvoir Castle. And when I moved here, my son was 8 years old, and I thought, well, there's a cricket ground in this village, and I thought I'd like my son to play cricket because I think it's a great sport. It's good for teaching catching and hitting a ball and throwing a ball, which are all kind of sporting essentials, and you run about a little bit. So my son Joe was 8, and I took him down to the cricket ground because I saw there were some young children there, and I took them along, and they were like, we've only just started, and it's under 11s, and he's a bit too young. And I was fairly frustrated, I must say. And I thought, well, they're all parents trying to do a job, and, it's all voluntary. So I thought, well, I'd best do something about it rather than complaining. So for the next season, I worked with the cricket club over that season and set up something called the Belvoir Bees, which was, the idea was children 8 years and above could come and play competitive cricket. And did all the flyers and put them round to local parents and started to get the calls from parents, my daughter's 7 and she loves sport, and can she do it? And I was like, yes, 7's fine. Didn't want to turn anybody down. And then, of course, we got, my little Johnny's 6, can he come? And then it was, eventually we drew the line at 6, and we said primary school children can come along, so between 6 and 7, and can come and play cricket in a fun environment, in a fun and competitive environment, but not a team environment, not where they're worried about where they're going to be selected for the 11, but where there can be any number. And certainly from the first group, I think probably we had 18 to 20 the first time. By the following summer, it was 70 children who were turning up on a Friday night for what we call Belvoir Bees cricket.
We would go to a club, find a club that has no juniors, but has a desire to have them. We will then work with their current players or members or some local families to help train them to become our volunteer coaches. The Belvoir Castle Cricket Trust do all the administration. We try and make it as easy for the club and the volunteers. Often with volunteers, they put their hand up to help out tonight, and before they know it, they're the fixture secretary or something like that. And we try and take that out of there. We try and make it as simple for them to volunteer and give their time as possible, and to allow them to enjoy the time that they're giving. Melton Mowbray is probably one of our shining examples of our bees. We went there 5 years ago. They wanted to have junior cricket but just didn't have the skill base to be able to manage it. And I never forget the first night we went there. We had 8 children and 12 coaches, which was a bit lopsided at the time. And I remember the coaches looking at me going, "Are you sure this is going to work?" And gradually from there, when we arrived, that club had one Saturday side, one Sunday side, and no junior cricket going on. Now they have 2 sides on a Saturday, they have one on a Sunday. They have the Bees, which is running all the cricket from 6 to 11s, which we regularly have 40 to 50 children. They're now running their own under 11s, under 13s, and next year they're running under 15s as well. These kids and this cricket club that had no junior section is absolutely flying now. And it's a real testimony to the club themselves, but it was really what we wanted to try and achieve with the Bees. And we work at the moment with seven different venues, and we're always on the lookout for new ones. So if people out there are interested, just come and talk to me and we'll see what we can do.